submitted your Chapter 5 submissions without any punctuation, which was sort of surprising, but then also very obvious for this time period that we're all living in and the way we communicate on a normal and natural level. And so
Writing with Grace, it's Writing with Grace, because I really don't want to write this whole thing by myself. It's Writing with Grace. Writing with me. My name is Grace.
Welcome to another episode of Writing with Grace. I am Grace. You write. How do we start these? Oh look, I'm back with my favorite flat shelf and my favorite prop. I wasn't calling you a flat shelf, I was calling myself a flat shelf.
Whatever.
Let's dive right into this episode with some stats! This week, over 20% of your Facebook comments were about how much you liked my sweater from last week's episode. I'm glad that you guys are staying on message. We have a winner in our Harry and Marmee ship name. I conducted a poll on my Twitter, and with 76% of the vote, the winner is Harmee. Who doesn't want a ship name that's both adorable and dangerous? Here's a fun stat. This week, over 70% of your comments on our Chapter 5 prompt page were plugging your own Wattpad pages. I appreciate a good hustle. Now let's move on to our superlatives. The award for best talking this week goes to user Secret NRB. Secret NRB wrote a really hilarious chapter. Harry was just real dumb at texting, and some of his text messages were so poorly written, and this is by far my favorite one. Anyone knows how to apply for dance school? He wants to dance, you guys. There's an avenue worth exploring. The award for best surprise this week goes to user Mara Jadala, or Mara Jadea. This user decided to make Mr. Kevin's ex-wife Banana's mom. And somehow both Mr. Kevin and Banana had no idea. I mean, I'd like to meet that lady. Talk about a real hustle. Wow. Impressive and sad. She must be so unfulfilled. Moving on. The award this week for best prompt prize goes to user Han Holster. They've decided that on day 5 of Freak Week, the weird environmental shift is that the autocorrect on the group text messaging is autocorrecting how each character actually thinks and feels.
Just hold my...
That's why I'm so terrified of AI, because that could actually happen. And now for this week's choice chapter. Our Chapter 5 choice chapter goes to user BrandMuffin23. Now this week, I asked you guys to create a chapter based solely on a group text message. Whoa, group text? They must have some really great cell service to maintain that kind of texting. Am I right? AT&T? BrandMuffin23 decided that on day 5 of Freak Week, everyone's emotions are affected by the level of light that is happening in the school. When the lights are bright, everyone is very excited about everything. But when the lights are dim, everyone is very sad and depressed and dark in more ways than one about everything. So throughout the chapter, there's a constant fluctuation of light and darkness. God, this chapter's about life. Uh-oh. There are a lot of amazing one-liners in this chapter. Marmee, for instance, is thoroughly obsessed with her bowel movements throughout this entire piece. Banana, okay team, let's split up and look for clues to confirm Mr. K's the hacker. Lace, we should form pairs, like for example, I don't know, Marmee and Harry. Marmee, hard pass, which coincidentally also describes my experience in the loo the morning after I've ingested too much cheese. There's a ton of other great one-liners in the chapter, make sure you go read them. Also, they have decided to name the mysterious hacker robot voice Loudmouth because Harry doesn't understand how intercoms work and thought that someone was just yelling very loudly to them throughout the school every time we heard that mysterious voice over the intercom. So now we have Loudmouth as our mysterious evil villain. Also on this group text, Crush drops a huge spoiler about Jim having already known Loudmouth, and Jim is forced to reveal that yes, he met Loudmouth on a science forum. So yes, Jim does know Loudmouth, but Jim has never met Loudmouth in person, only over the internet. But how does Crush know about Jim and Loudmouth's past? We have no idea until the very end of this chapter. Jim finally responds to Lace's inquiries about Crush knowing this information and says to Lace privately, "Sorry for the delayed response, Lace, but there's something you should know. Crush knows about me and Loudmouth internet dating because he used to be a member of the same online science forum. There's a lot we don't know about that kid. Be careful, Lace." Ow. Technology is dangerous, you guys. No, it's not. It's safe and wonderful. AT&T. But before Lace gets that text from Jim, everyone has rushed to the computer lab because they're told that there is a message for them there from Loudmouth, and when they get there, written on the whiteboard is indeed a message. "I have a certain yellow fruit in my possession, ... banana, your friend Banana, in case there was any confusion. I will return her, but only in exchange for you. Text the group when you're ready to turn yourself in and die. Okay, thanks, bye." I mean, this villain's got personality. And Banana. Everything that everyone wants. So this week we find out that Loudmouth is indeed our hacker villain, but we do not know what they look like, which brings us to this week's challenge. This week we are playing the Lights Out Loudmouth Challenge. Because this week, lighting is a huge deal. When it's bright, everyone's positive. When it's dark, no one has any idea what's going on. I am challenging you guys to blindfold yourselves and take 60 seconds to draw what you think Loudmouth looks like. And I'm gonna do it right here, right now. Okay, I have my highlighters, my paper, and my blindfold. I don't look stupid, do I?
Okay, ready? Set, go.
Oh God, oh no. Which one's the side? That's the side. Where are we at on time? Ow, I hit myself.
Less than 10 seconds left.
What? Less than 10 seconds left.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done.
Okay, whew. That was quite a challenge. Let's see what I chose Loudmouth to look like. Oh, wow. I mean, you never want to explain your art because art is to be interpreted individually, but I was actually trying to go for like a bushel of grapes. Oh, let me sign this because this is important. Bam. Now you know that. Was that the actual timer?
No, it just went again.
Oh, sure. Submit your Lights Out Loudmouth challenge art by clicking the link in the description. It's a Tumblr link for all of your fan art. We'd love to see it, and we'll see some of yours in the video next week. So here's where we're at in Freak Week right now. Crush is suspicious of Jim. Jim is suspicious of Crush. Banana has been taken. And Loudmouth is our villain mastermind that is trying to use satellites to exploit climate change for evil. Which brings us to our prompts for chapter 6. This week, we want there to be an IRL confrontation with Loudmouth. We want to find out who Loudmouth is, and we want them to be confronted face to face, or face to whatever they have as a face. We also don't know who Loudmouth is. We want to find out who Loudmouth is. Right? The other thing we want you to include this week is a monologue moment from one of our characters that is not Lace. We just want that very emotional, poignant monologue moment to the group that reveals something. Whatever that is up to you. Also, obviously, you have to decide what's happening in the world on Freak Week Day 6. It can be anything. And that's it for this episode of Writing with Grace. It has been so fun to read all of your submissions. Thank you so much for continuing to submit. What's extra fun is that we've already started casting some of the parts that will be read aloud at VidCon. So let us know if you guys are coming to VidCon and if you plan on coming to see the live performance of Freak Week. Who do you think in your like dream of dreams would you want to cast as each character in Freak Week? We've already started casting, but we need your ideas to continue the process. So, good job. Okay, thanks, bye! I don't know.